Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm just journaling. Come on along. Yes, this is still on the desk. I am working on, comes Titi. I am working on the pages that I started yesterday, and I'm flipping through, and it is almost done. It is almost done. It is almost done. There's only a few more pages to go, and I want to put my summer memories in here and get going on my fall journal. I mean, I started it, I know, but I want to finish this one up. I want to finish this one up. I do. Today, tomorrow, maybe this week I can get this one done. What did I say? If I finish one, I can start 2 journals. If I finish this one, am I going to start 2 new journals? Yes, I am. Let's go get some work done in here. Okay, where were we? Yes. Oh, I was looking for that. There it was right there. How did that happen? Luckily, I have a set of extra glue tops. So when I misplace one of these little white ones, and I'm using my tacky glue, I can just grab one out of there until I find the other one. And wow, there it was. Sorry about that. Always getting distracted. Yes, I am anxious to get this done. Not really because I love working in it, but yes, because I'd like to do some more fall things. And it is October already. So I did this bone set folder with a Edith Holden book page. And that is done. And then I skipped ahead to another blank page. And I did this one, but I did a few changes this morning. Something I didn't mention yesterday, I had written here of bugs and slugs. Of bugs and slugs. And that was my cute little pudgy bug. And then I had made this really funky journaling card, but I like it. I don't know why. And I had this picture of the yellow-orange slug, which I think is a dusky Orion, but I'm not sure. But he is quite cute. And then I have this book, Reaching Down, Meditations on the Earth, Quotations, Poems, and Essays. And I remember somebody mentioned a slug, so I looked through there quickly. And Samuel Taylor Coleridge, 1772 to 1834, he was an English poet. And he mentioned slugs. How many poets mention slugs? Not only does he mention slugs, like I was talking about yesterday, was the slugs go back to their home at night. It's not really a nest or anything, but it's like their special spot. All nature seems at work. Slugs leave their lair. The bees are stirring, the birds are on the wing, and winter slumbering in the open air wears on his smiling face a dream of spring. So this is kind of a winter going into spring poem, and we're sort of in fall going into winter, but that doesn't matter because he mentioned slugs leaving their lair. How special is that? So I just made this little flip here. I just put the poem on there. The rest of the card was done yesterday. So, slugs leave their lair, and you flip it open. Hi, there's the little slug. Only Possum Patty. Raise your hand out there if you have slugs in your journal, and right now at this time I don't see any hands. Okay. So I was waiting for the glitter glue on this page to dry so I could journal, and I think it came out kind of cool. It's kind of like a little frame around each picture with little gold sparklies. And I put just a hint of glitter on that leaf ribbon there. And now that this is dry, I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling. And while I do that, I see I have to change the battery, so stand by. Okay, I changed the battery, and I said I was just going to write on that paper, and I did. And sometimes when I label, I just like to write in all different directions. So I put Summer, Garden, Update, Morning Glory, Cardinal Climber, on Trellis, July 16th, 2022. So as you can see, I'm still doing my summer journaling. This page, I altered it by putting the yellow and white striped paper there and cutting out one of the little bears, doing a little bear hug, from the pocket that was on this page that I took off because I wasn't happy with it. And I was doing a journaling card. I started this yesterday, and this is the blue bachelor button. There were a few other bachelor button flowers out there, pink and white. It comes in a bunch of different colors, but there's just something about the traditional blue bachelor button that I love. Although some of the baby pink bachelor buttons are really pretty too. And I glued on these pictures from the old magazine and put sparkle Mod Podge on them. And then I set it aside to dry. Now this morning, I put the picture on this side, and this was these pink snapdragons. Now I didn't plant these this year. These were kind of left over from last year, I think. And I really wanted to put a picture of a pink dragon on here. So I found a picture of a plush pink dragon toy. I put it on there with the pink snapdragons. And with my glazed pen, I just wrote snapdragons. And I put the date down here. And I did take the pen. This is a Sakura glaze. It dries dimensional and shiny, and I did color his eye because this is printed out on matte photo paper, Pen and Gear from Walmart, and I wanted the eye to look a little bit more alive, so I made that little bit of shiny touch there. So now I am going to journal on this side, and I'll be right back. Okay, I put the date up in the corner. This picture was taken on July 20th, and these are known as blue cornflowers or bachelor buttons. And I made a little note that they were in the black pot on the left side of the yard and that I should plant them in a different, more sunnier spot. They did fine, they did okay, but I think they would have done a little bit better with a little bit more sun, perhaps where the zinnias are. And now I need to let this side dry a little bit before I put it back in the pocket. But as you can see, I matched it with the yellow striped paper there. And this paper has the same colors as the scrapbooking paper over there. And I think I'm just going to leave these little critters just the way they are. And just let that dry. There was something I did back here. What did I do? Oh, I wanted to mention this. When I put this poem on here, I put just a little touch of this fired brick distressed ink. Just a little bit to marry that color to the background paper. Just a little tiny bit of the background color around that so that it would marry that add-on poem to the background paper. And I used the Stays On Fuchsia Pink just a little bit to go around the edge of the Snapdragon picture and the Snapdragon and the little toy dragon too. Okay, that'll dry in just a minute. It doesn't take long, but if you touch it before it's dry, it does schmoo. So I'll give it a few minutes. And then I skipped ahead this morning and printed out this picture of the Great Spangled Flitterary. Isn't he gorgeous on the zinnias there? I just wanted to grab my ruler. I printed this out so that it is about the size, the actual size of the butterfly. It is pretty large if you look at my hand. It's a beautiful orange, and the upper side has black spots, and the underside has some silver spots. And I had a lot of these on the zinnias all at one time. I think I captured 2 of them that were kind of close together. It was hard to get them in a group, but I did get at least 2 of them together on the zinnias. So I love my zinnia patch this year. It came out really, really nice, and I was able to see many different butterflies between the zinnia patch and the butterfly bush. So now I am up to here, and I have 4 blank white pages. This one is the other side of the braille though, so I don't know if I'll paint that one or not. I might. But I printed out some more of the butterflies that I saw over the summer. Now these are called skippers, and they're little and they're fast, and they were so hard to photograph. And this one is on a sunflower leaf. I know it's hard to see, but it's a beautiful, maybe I'll put the photograph in here, the actual photograph, like blue, green, turquoise hairs on the back of this butterfly. And then this one is also a skipper, and this is the underside. You can see some of the spots. This one's a lighter yellowish orange, and this one had more of a, you can see the blue-green on this one too, orange wing, solid without the pattern on it like this one has. So now I do not know my skippers. What I know about skippers is that some people think they should have their own category. And you know, if you pick up a book that says moths and butterflies, some people think the book should say moths, butterflies, and skippers, because they're a little bit different than butterflies. They're not moths, but they have different characteristics than a butterfly. And one of the things is they have these short, fat bodies, very powerful flyers, very strong wing muscles. They're not very big, they're kind of small. And it's hard to see in this picture, but one set of wings is out flat, and the other, so one set of wings is like this. And usually when you see a butterfly in a flower, you know, the wings are going like this. So they're open and they go up like this. But when this one lands, it's got one set out like this and one set up. One set out, one set up. So you can just about see the edge, the leading edge of the set of wings that's up. And only one set of wings is out. So I'm going to cut these out. I think that this might be the Zebulon, but I'm not really sure. There's a Zebulon. There's a whole bunch of different skippers, and some of them are hard to tell apart because they just fly so fast and hard to. This might be a Pex skipper, and this might be a Zebulon skipper. Now the females are darker, and the males are lighter. So they're dimorphic, 2 different colors, with the females being darker and the males being lighter. But this one looked completely different than this one. So it might be a different kind of a skipper. So that's a lot of skipper information. But I just thought, you know, because they're very cute, and people kind of overlook them because they're not very big and they fly very fast, and they're looking at the big flitterary, and they're looking at the monarchs, and they're looking at the swallowtails. And here's these little brown guys that are just flying all around so fast. And you might not even think they're butterflies until you stop and look at them. And, oh, there's another thing. It's really hard to see. But you know how butterflies have this little swollen part at the tip? Well, they have that too, but then it goes to a point. So it's thin and then a swollen and then to a point. And butterflies don't have that. So I captured it in this photo, even though it's hard to see here. But there's a little narrow tip on that. You know what? It reminds me of, you know, fairies that have antennae. Fairy antennae. Kind of like that. You know, it's a little thin and then swollen and then like a little curvy tip on there. So, all right. So I'm going to cut these out and go find some paper for background. And I have 3 of these, and I want to do some journaling. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Okay, I'm trying to go lightweight for the last couple of pages because this journal is already so heavy. I don't want it to break apart. So I chose a background from Hobby Lobby, the Paper Studio Country Road. They're really pretty, but they're just paper. They're not cardstock. So I cut this really pretty sort of wood grain background with the flowers and the butterflies on it. And I can see it's poking up already. I put so much glue and things just don't stay glued down. I try to hit all the edges, but I guess I don't put enough on the edge. So this is really pretty. And I thought the pink would go nice with the butterfly bush. So I'm thinking about just putting these pictures here and kind of keeping it simple and flat. I've done so much in this journal that, yeah, I really don't need to add any more to it, but just some couple of flat pages, you know. You know what I mean. I might make this one a little bit smaller so I don't have to cover up that butterfly. So I'm just gonna slice and dice that one just a little bit. Oh, where's my corner thing? It was right here a minute ago. Oh, it's underneath that. Yeah, so I might put that one there. So I'm not covering those 2 butterflies there. I'm going to have to cover this one down here though, but that'll be okay. Apply that one that way. I could put it up a little bit and then trim off the top. That's not a problem. And I'm thinking about putting a pink edge. I don't know how it's going to look with the green. I don't know. Just a little bit of pink around the edge. I thought it might clash with the green a little bit. Get a little muddy looking, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. You'll do that right there. And then I'm going to put this one down there. Now I'm thinking about this page over here. And I do have this strip that I cut off, you know, from there. And that can go on there. I didn't want to cover all the braille. So maybe I'll get some watercolors out. And just kind of go around the edge a little bit, maybe with some pink, maybe with some opera pink. All right, I'm going to glue these down. And then I should put the little one over here. Put the big one over here. I don't know, I feel like this page is going to need something else. Alright, stand by. I put a little pink edge around this journaling card too. And I'm thinking for a little added touch on this page, I think it needs something there. I'll probably try and cut out a butterfly or 2 or 3 to put here or there, somewhere. And I'm going to journal right on here. And this is very bumpy and this is very thin. So I'll journal on it before I glue it down. And what I have to do now is, well, I have to find that piece of newspaper that was here a moment ago. There it is. I'm going to put some pink paint on this page, and then I'm going to have to let it dry and come back tomorrow and finish it up. Because there's photos in this journal, I don't want to use the heat gun to dry it. So I'm going to put a pink border on this page. I might round the corners. I said I might round the corners as I'm rounding the corners. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Okay. I don't know what that's from. So, just so you know, I do this every once in a while. I'll get so far and a page half started and then leave it and finish it the next day, just like I had to do with the Mod Podge on the other page, on these journal cards, and on the glitter glue on that page. So after I do this, do you think I can come back tomorrow and finish this journal? Because the rest of the pages are done. Maybe. I certainly have a few more things I need to put in here from this summer. Oh, this is so exciting for me. You would not believe how exciting this is for me. So I'm just going to take a lid and a little bit of the pink paint, which I just had. This is Gouache Opera. Gouache is an opaque watercolor. I'm getting a little hard in there. All right, let me get my water brush, which I know is here. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Okay, so this is my water brush. You fill the barrel up with water, and you just squeeze, and the water comes out the brush tip. Oh, this is not a good one, but that's okay. Some I have work a little better. This one just happens to be old and a little worn out. But since I'm not painting anything, I am just decorating the page. I'm not going to worry about that. So, get this big alleyway here, so I'm just going to... Should I do the whole page? I'm just going to go around the edge. Woohoo! That's a bright pink. We can subdue that a little bit. I don't think we want it too shocking. Oh, did you hear that? Mr. Possum sneezing. I picked the wrong water brush. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I didn't want to cover this up, but I wanted to put some color on it. I'm so excited this might get done this week. And then I have a whole bunch of things to put in my fall journal, which I've already started. And I need to get my Halloween journal going. And I have Halloween memory keeper too. And I thought I would be journaling, well, I thought the Hello Autumn would be my September journal, which, well, I guess it is my September journal. Probably by the time I get all my September journaling in there, it might be full or close to it. And then as we moved into October, I wanted to work on my haunted house. Doesn't need to be too brilliant. Just a little bit of a background. I might put a little bit more around the edge. I'm just adding a little extra water to pull it in towards the center a little bit, so I can put more color at the edge. I love the way the braille dots pull in the color. Go around the edge over here. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. I think I'll go right into the crack a little bit there. Don't want to get that too wet because it'll run over to the next page. So I could probably just go upload this video and then finish this in the morning and then see what's left of the summer journaling and get that on there. Alright, let's see. Now to clean this brush, you just squeeze it and wipe it. This opera pink is like neon. Okay. Now if that dries, you can just wet it again. But I'm going to move it off the table. Okay. And that is pink, but you know what? It almost matches this butterfly bush pink over here, doesn't it? So it's going to work for me, and then this is going to go on there too. And then I'm going to cut out some butterflies. When this is dry, I will get it all together. And so I just want to thank you for coming along today. And yes, maybe tomorrow. I'm so excited. Like I said, it's like a sad happy because I love working in this journal. I love this journal with all this nature and flowers and butterflies and birds. But I am excited to delve into really doing some autumn journaling. I know I've been doing a little bit on the side, but I'm even going to get more into it. So thanks for coming along today, and happy junk journaling. Happy nature journaling. Bye-bye.